Well, hello. My name is Beth Green, otherwise known as Granny Rocks, and Sweet Baby James is normally sitting right here. But he isn't because we're having a problem hooking up our internet and he's trying to fix it. But anyway, here we are, and hopefully it's going to work. I've got it on the Wi Fi, and Facebook is always bumping us off the air anyway. So maybe it won't be any worse than usual. So anyway, it looks like it may not be set up right here, but we just don't know what's going on. Anyway, I'm going to start the show, and I'll introduce you to Sweet Baby James. Hi, I'm Sweet Baby James, otherwise known as James Maynard, and this is Granny Rocks. Uh, Thank you, James. I'm so glad you're here. Anyway, he is here, but he's been scrambling to try to fix this. But we wanted to go on the air, so he'll be on soon, and he's going to take your chat. Yes, I'm going to take your chat, which means that you can talk to Beth directly, and I will see any comment that you make, and I'll tell her what you're saying, and then she can answer you live on the show if you are here live. That's wonderful. Thank you so much, James. Anyway, he'll be back. So, hopefully, you're seeing me. We can't tell, of course, because he's not on his computer right now, so he is not giving me any comments from you. But hopefully, we are in fact streaming. So, my computer says that it's streaming. So, there it is. So, this is perfect because my topic tonight is envy, jealousy. How are they different? How do they share a cause or root? And what can we do about them? And here is Sweet Baby James. Makes me wonder if the problem isn't on this end. So let's get his face in. I've just introduced you.
Yes, thank you. I heard your imitation of me. A pale imitation indeed, but nonetheless effective.
It was the best that I could do at the time. Okay. So is your microphone working?
I believe it is.
Yes, it
yes,
is.
Yes, yes, I see a
Excellent.
pulse.
Okay. Let's do it. Let's do it. He's going to be checking the chat any second now. So, the words envy and jealousy are often used interchangeably, like they both mean the same thing. Oh, I feel so jealous of your new dog, or I feel so jealous of your house, or I feel so jealous of your great husband. But actually, the word jealousy usually literally refers to hoarding something for yourself, like I'm jealous of my wife. I don't want any other man to flirt with her and take her away from me. So that is, you know what I'm saying? That's jealousy. So I'm jealous of something that I have already. Now, envy, that's when you want something that somebody else has. See, jealousy is you want to keep what you've got, and envy is you want something that somebody else has. Okay, I think, honey.
And we've had lots of comments here.
Oh, goody. We just have to get rid of the sound now. Okay.
We've got
Good.
it.
That means we are broadcasting.
Elizabeth says hello. And
Hello.
sends a caring image for us. Thank you. Todd says, hi, you two. Hi, back at you.
Okay.
Tracy says hi and sends a heart of love. Thank
Thank you. Thank you.
Amy says, yes, we can see you, cuties.
Thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you, Amy.
Excellent. So we're doing it. We may be on Wi-Fi. It may hiccup, but do not despair. We will remain here. So, I need to.
The cord was
Maybe it's better to just leave it.
No. It's,
No.
it's bad. Here we go.
Okay, there we go. So I want you to take a moment while we're fumbling around
Here you go.
to think about something you're jealous of. For example, I am jealous of my new dog. I don't want anybody else to take him away from me, right? No, no, no. He's smiling at somebody. This is a dog smiling, right? He's licking somebody else. He's following them. He doesn't love me. Oh, no, no, no. Jealousy. The people are jealous of people, or they're jealous of their money. Well, I can't say that we are, but anyway, because we don't have a lot of money to be jealous of. But compared to some people, we do. So think about something of yours that you're jealous of, that you don't want to share, or you don't want anyone else to have or take away from you. No. And then think about something or somebody that you envy. Karen says, hi, you too.
Hi, back at you, Karen.
Hi there. I envy your home in the Caribbean. As long as there's no tropical storms going on at the time. Or I envy your new car or your motorhome, or I envy your job, or I envy your money, or I envy your gifts. I envy your good looks. So that's envy, right? You want something that somebody else has. Okay, we have somebody already commenting.
Oh, Amy is jealous of my time.
Oh, yes. A lot of us are. Don't bother me.
And then Catalina sends lots of images, heart of love, keyboard, and musical notes.
Thank you. Thank you. So that was a great one. Amy said, I'm jealous of my time. Anybody else want to share theirs? Well, I want you to share it as something comes to you. Sometimes it takes a minute for us to get your message on the chat. And think about it, because I think we all have stuff that we envy or are jealous of.
I'm envious of all your gifts. You're talented in so many different ways. Every time I'm in an arena that I think, oh, I'm the one in this one, and then you move over into it too. You're even better at it than me.
That is envy. That's nasty stuff, right? You know, what happens when you envy somebody? You send out, unconsciously perhaps, send out negative vibes towards them. It's not very supportive, right? Doesn't feel very good, and it doesn't feel good to you either. And I'm going to explain in a minute why it really feels as bad as it does. It's not just that you're feeling negative, it's there's something else. But wait, you'll have to wait another minute, because I'm going to tell you in a minute. And I have envy and jealousy too, but the biggest jealousy I have is of my dog. That's because I'm confident of my husband. If I weren't so confident about my husband, I'm sure I would be jealous about him. You see what I mean? And I'm jealous of my sleep because I'm really tired. I'm kind of tired today, right? Anyway, what is the connection between jealousy and envy? And we've got another comment.
Kay says, good night, James and Beth, and sends a couple of hearts of love. Thank you.
Hi, Kay. Good night to you. I think Kay is in Guyana. Wherever.
I think you're right, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, she's going to work.
She's
going to work. Well, thank you for joining us now, and come back and see the rest if you can't watch it now. So, okay.
And then Todd says, I envy others' confidence.
Oh, that's a very good one. That's a really good one, but what's really interesting about that is sometimes confidence is a pretend. So you, on top of everything else, you may be envying something that doesn't really exist. Right?
It just looks like it is.
It looks like people look confident.
Oh, listen to this, Amy.
What?
I envy my niece. She has a fantastic husband. They have traveled all over the world, are incredibly smart, and live in Switzerland now.
Oh!
Try topping that, huh? So,
And Kay?
and then Kay sends a couple of her national flags and lots of hearts of love. And Todd says, when it's real.
Oh,
the
when it's
confidence.
real, that's when you envy it. Yes, yes,
Yeah, real
yes,
confidence.
yes.
Right.
I get that. So wonderful. Okay, so we've had a couple of examples already. Now, what is the real source of envy and jealousy that link them, even though they're different things, right? One is I'm jealous of what I have, and the other is I envy what you've got. It's inequality. Imagined or real, that is the source of envy and jealousy. Now, why do I say that?
Why do you say that?
I don't know. I'll know in a minute. After I tell you, then I'll know too. Well, first of all, obviously, now let's look at Todd's example. He said he envies anybody who's got confidence. Well, if he had confidence, he wouldn't envy someone else's confidence, right?
Right.
So it starts out with this feeling of inequality. Now, I want to talk about that seriously now. Let's say you are the little match girl selling matches in St. Petersburg, Russia, 100 years ago. And somebody comes by in a carriage. And they've got on fur, which of course I don't believe in fur, but you know what I'm saying. This is 100 years ago. And so the problem is that child doesn't have what it needs. And so many people don't have what they need. And so naturally they're going to envy people who have what they need, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if I were hungry and I saw you going into some restaurant, even if it's not so expensive restaurant, and you had the cash and you could put it down and somebody's going to be bringing you food, well, I'm going to envy you that meal because I'm hungry and I haven't got the wherewithal to buy what I need. So there's this inequality in the world that sets up envy, and that is the situation that so many face that creates this problem.
And Amy says they seemed linked by feelings of scarcity, too.
Exactly. Well, that's exactly what it is. It's the inequality which creates that scarcity, Amy. So I'm with you. So now, let's look further into that. So,
Might I interject something here?
yeah.
I have seen this happen not just in the cases of having others have what you need, but also what you perceive that you want.
Well, wait a minute.
Oh, you're going to get to
Everybody is ahead of me. You, Amy, everybody's ahead of me tonight.
Okay.
What I want to say is it's always based on inequality. But that inequality can be something real, like I'm hungry, or I'm homeless, I have no love, I'm alone, I have no support. I mean, yikes. You know, that's real inequality. But then there's the other thing, which is socially constructed inequality.
There
right?
you are.
That
There
when
you are.
I say socially constructed, I mean, oh my God, my friend at school has these awesome shoes, right? I have shoes, but they're not awesome because they're only comfortable and theirs are fashionable. So somebody has created a false demand for something that is really not needed. And so there it is. So a lot of envy is of something that you really don't need.
Advertising creates a lot of that.
It does.
I have jeans, but it's not good enough because they're not the particular designer jeans the other kids are wearing.
That's right. Or they don't have the holes in the knees that were created with the jeans rather than the holes in the knees that you get because you're on your knees, scrubbing the floor. So anyway, it's important, though, to say that it comes from a sense of inequality. And we have to look at, we can do something about these perceived inequalities, but it's not so easy because so many people feel the need to have acceptance and love and support and admiration. And those things are real.
Mm-hmm.
So, why does somebody think they need something that they don't need? Because they don't have something that they do need. Like Todd's example of confidence. If you don't have real confidence, you're going to be looking for something to prop you up, right? And then it's a title, the size of your office, if you have an office, or a rich husband or wife or other or whatever. So you see what it is there is often underneath those phony needs, real needs that are not satisfied and that may have been created in your family. Let's say you're the one who always seems to be the one that your mother's angry at, and the other one is the one who your mother always seems to love, or your father, or whomever, or maybe you don't have a mother or a father, right? So you grow up with deep insecurity, and you're always looking for some way to make yourself look okay and compensate for the fact that you don't have something that you really need, which is the confidence. You know, I want to share something with you. When I was a little girl, my parents were poor. I mean, they were poor. We didn't have what we needed. I don't know how we survived. My parents, I don't know what they did. Magic tricks or something. But I will say that I didn't grow up envious.
Mm.
I took on an attitude. If I, if I can't afford it, don't look at it.
Mm.
So whereas other kids might have gone shopping and window shopped and said, oh, I wish I could get that. I wish I could get that. To me, didn't exist. I didn't go window shopping. I didn't even like to shop when it wasn't window shopping, see? So I was able to just like ignore all of that. I didn't look in the mirror, so I didn't notice. Later on in my life, when I was also poor, supporting myself on very little money, disability or whatever, which I did a lot, I never looked in the mirror, and I didn't notice that my pants didn't fit because they were hand-me-downs from somebody who was a different height. So my pants were too short or they were too long. I just didn't look. So that was a great way for me to compensate. I just didn't look, and I didn't envy. But I have to say that that was a very good thing, because I didn't have that to carry around, that poison inside me of wanting something that I couldn't have. I didn't think about nice houses or boats or, Now I have to say, as I've grown older and I've gotten more money and more capacity to get things, it's amazing. Now I think about things that, oh, I wish I had this and I wish I had that I can't afford. I don't think, though, that I'm envying other people. I just wish I had them. But, I can let them go. So I had some kind of training as a child not to go there. But jealousy, see, is also based on scarcity. Like, if my doggie looks at you, follows you around, then I don't have that doggie anymore. The doggie doesn't love me, and the doggie is bonding with somebody else, and then I get very jealous. And there is that scarcity issue, as somebody already brought up, right? And that is based on either the fact is that the dog doesn't love me, which in this case I wouldn't say is true. It's just that it likes excitement. But it taps into another insecurity of mine, and now we're back to scarcity, right? I am disabled. So I see these people out with their dogs, and they're running around, and I can see my dog wants to run around. I can't even hold him on the leash without him yanking my arm off and I don't have strength, and I don't have skill, and I don't have dog training skill, so then I feel insecure and inadequate. You know what I mean? So I'm sure he's gonna dump me for some other owner, right? Like he has a choice. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that is also, you see, based on insecurity and lack. So what does that have to do with inequality? Well, I don't have a lot of things going for me that other people do. So while you envy me because I have so many gifts, I can look at other people and see, oh my God, they have so many gifts. They can stand, they can walk, they can pick up their dog, they can get up in the morning, and I'm just lying there. I'm thinking, oh God, I got to take the dog out. I got to take the dog out. I got see? So I have my own insecurities and my own inadequacies. So there's more insecurities and more inadequacies and more inequality.
Yep.
So jealousy is also based on inequality or perceived inequality, that I don't have some quality that somebody is going to want. So if I am, oh, look, we have.
And Don says, good evening, late once again, but here. And he sends 4 hearts of love. Thank you, Don, for all the love.
Yes, thank you, Don. So we hope you can come back and listen to the rest of the show. So please do after the show. So anyway, so coming back to that point, and better late than never, we love having you no matter what time you come. I'm jealous of my audience. I don't want to lose my audience, right? So there's an inequality there that I feel that makes me try to hoard my dog because I don't think I've got what it takes. If I felt confident, back to Todd's word, I would look at that dog and say, you are so lucky to have a devoted mom like me. But instead, I look at it as like, oh, you poor thing, you have a mom who can't get out of bed, see? Right? Now, so are we seeing the connection between envy of what someone else has and jealousy?
Yes, inequality.
Inequality. And some of it is objectively true. And how are we going to have a world without envy if there is so much inequality? I mean, for God's sake, people are hungry. People are desperate. Right? And people are without resources. Sometimes they're just emotional resources that they don't have, and they're going to be envious of anybody who has what they need, that they seem to need too, but don't have. Oh my God, it's awful, right? So there is that real time, and then there is that make-believe inequality, but it's based on something else. All of this, if you look at it, is based on lack of appreciation for what we have and who we are. And when I say what we have, I don't mean, okay, yeah, I do have a great house. I mean, some people are homeless and they don't have a great house. Maybe they are living in a homeless shelter and they have bed bugs or smells of sprays or whatever. Maybe they don't have healthy food. There is Blanquita.
Oh, Blanquita. Hello, Beth and James, she says.
Hola, Blanquita.
Yes, hello.
Hello. So, but the make-believe ones, the stuff that's not real, either the cause of my jealousy or my envy, the ones that are not based on objective reality. Hey, we've got...
And Nancy says, good subject. Enjoyed tonight's show.
Oh,
heart
good.
to heart. Thank you, Nancy.
Good. And Blanquita sent us some hearts, too. So, and we haven't been bumped off the air, so isn't that cool? We don't appreciate who we are. If I could truly appreciate who I am, then I could look at my dog and say, what have I got? that this dog needs? And can I help that dog get what it needs that I can't offer without being afraid that he's going to love somebody else? But I would have to actually value what I have. That is so darn hard, isn't it? Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like you.
That's a real key for me.
It
I do music, you do music. I tend to really admire your music. But hey, I do good music, so I can value this music that I do.
That's right. And when you do that, then where does the envy go? Where does the envy go? Where does the envy go?
It goes away.
It goes away. So if it's something that we're making up in our heads, you know, I don't need the latest fashion. I don't need the biggest house. I don't need a lot of things that I think I need in order to make me look successful or make me look smart or make me look something. I don't need a big audience. I need you, my audience, the people who resonate with me and that I resonate with you. And if I look at that and I say, yeah, but look at her. She has 2,000 likes. Somebody put an image of their cat peeing on somebody's head and it had 2 million views. And I envy that. Oh my God, they have 2 million views. Oh no. Well, why don't I just say, oh, thank you for your likes and your loves. And by the way, I would really appreciate it if you shared our show. Right?
Yeah.
I used to have a lot more likes and loves on our shows. And they didn't mean a thing.
That's when you were boosting the show more.
So, what do we need to end envy and what do we need to end jealousy? We need equality. We need social equality. We need equality in the way children are treated in the family. We need equality in the respect that is shown for people who have different skills. That if you are a cleaning person, a housekeeper, if you are the CEO, if you're an engineer, if you're a school teacher, if you're an accountant, value who you are, value what you do, or go do something else, right? So, feel good about yourself and look at your life and see maybe where that's coming from, that feeling that it's not good enough. And if you're jealous, can you honor what you have?
Yeah. Value it, honor it,
Value
cultivate it.
That's right.
Run your race.
That is right. You don't have to be the Olympic. We are in such a competitive world. It's hard not to compete because you're surrounded by it. The Olympics are on and people are out there and so it's so good at what they do. And can you look at those people and say, oh my God, they're twirling in the air and I can't get off my chair. And, but if I can appreciate myself and what I have, so what? That's wonderful. They have certain qualities. I have certain qualities. So starting with self-love is a really good thing. And looking honestly at maybe in your family, you were not treated with love and respect for what you had. Or in the society, you're not treated with love and respect for what you have, but fight for it. Fight for yourself. Fight. Let's be grateful for what we have by really valuing it. So please like the show or love the show or comment. Even if you're commenting later, I would be happy to respond to you. And share the show with everybody, everybody, everybody. And come back next Wednesday night for Granny Rocks, when I'll take on some other topic. And hopefully you will relate to it and I'll relate to you and we'll have a ball together. And I will appreciate what I have in you. And hopefully you will appreciate what you have in me. And let's do something about the social inequality in our world that creates so much envy and jealousy.
Beginning with changing our own perceptions.
That's right. Now I want to say one more thing. You know, there's a lot of talk about critical race theory and all of that stuff. Oh, Don, loved the show.
Oh,
So glad.
Thank you, Don.
So glad.
Lots of hearts of love.
So
Back at
glad.
you.
So there are people in our world, a lot of people in our world who have been oppressed, who have been deprived. Karen says lots to think about. Thanks. You know, people who have been deprived in their life, who don't have food, who don't have medical attention, and they may be resentful and angry and jealous of the people who have it. And the people who have it may be scared that someone is going to take it away from them. And then they get jealous of what they have. And then they get rageful and angry that somebody's going to try to take it away from them. Why don't we try to build a world where everybody gets their needs met? And that's the end of jealousy and
envy,
isn't it? I mean, really, is that rocket science? You know, do I really need a mansion?
Or several mansions.
Or several mansions. Don't take it away from me. But what do I really need? And when we get very honest about what we really need, we will fight for what we need, what we really need. Clean air, love, opportunities, mental stimulation. And then we won't compete over it because we're all getting what we need or we're working towards that. So that's what I want to say.
Yes.
Thank you so much for joining us tonight for Granny Rocks. Come back next Wednesday, 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. We love you. We're grateful to you.
And so thanks for coming. Glad to have you. And bye-bye for now.
That's right. And don't forget it. We value you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Oh, and tomorrow night, Thursday night, I play the piano in Beth Green's Magical Piano Improvisations. And that's at 7 p.m. Pacific time. Don't forget to come. Bye-bye.